Proper layering and keeping yourself warm is one of the most important factors to consider when winter camping. In today's video, we'll talk about properly layering your hands using natural and synthetic materials, and we'll be giving away an awesome pair of Peruvian wool gloves and more during our 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Stay tuned, it's all coming up next. The first thing to keep in mind when venturing out into Arctic conditions is your body's natural process of prioritizing vital organs, such as your heart. As your core temperature begins to drop, your extremities will be the first thing to cool down, which means your hands and feet are the first to be sacrificed from reduced circulation. Warm hands require a warm body. The warmest, most expensive pair of gloves will be pointless if your core temperature isn't regulated properly. For the sake of this video, we're going to assume that you've done your research and you've properly acquired the necessary base, mid, and outer layers for the cold winter temperatures out in the backcountry. Alright, your core, head, and feet are properly insulated, but what about those hands? A loss of dexterity in your digits can spell certain doom if you don't have the proper layering system for your hands. Just like your body, a one-size-fits-all approach isn't going to work when you've got different tasks at hand and different levels of insulation that are necessary depending on what you're doing. Several factors should be considered when choosing the proper system for your hands. Number 1, the type of environment and weather conditions you'll be facing. Number 2, the type of activity you're engaged in. And number 3, your need for flexibility. In temperatures below freezing, instead of relying on just one specific type of glove or mitt, I recommend using the layering approach, similar to what you do with the core of your body. This may involve a base layer glove, an insulating mid-layer glove, and a protective shell, all working together to keep your blood circulating properly and those fingers toasty warm. This may incorporate 2 or 3 separate pairs of gloves or mitts. When precision is necessary, simply remove the shell and mid-layer and you're ready to go with a base layer underneath that still protects your hands from the bitter cold. The base layer of your system should be a flexible, close-fitting glove that allows you to perform fine motor skills around camp, such as setting up your tent or hammock, manipulating knots, and retrieving small items from your zippered pockets. This base layer glove provides approximately 20% more warmth than using a larger glove or mitt alone. Next is going to be your insulating mid-layer glove, which should be a bit more spacious than your base layer glove. This pair is going to be your go-to for many tasks around camp, such as wood processing and those activities where you're not sitting still and are generating a bit of core heat. This is one area where you may actually have 2 different types of mid-layer gloves. One that's more robust for use in wood processing and fire building, and one set that's made from less abrasion-resistant material, such as alpaca or merino wool. The outer shell layer is generally an oversized mitt style used to protect your base and mid layer for the most extreme conditions you're likely to face. These can be made from a variety of materials and offer no flexibility, as your dexterity in these will be severely limited. The key to the insulating mid layer and shell outer layer is to have a system that's not too tight on your hands, or you may adversely impact the circulation and actually make them colder. Solving that may require you to size up if you want to fit a liner glove inside of the mid layer. The outer mitt may need to be sized up significantly to accommodate the separate base and mid layer. In less extreme conditions, the mid and outer layers can be combined into one glove so that you only have 2 sets of gloves to contend with. Again, the environment is going to dictate your choices. Speaking of choices, there are many materials to choose from when deciding which glove or mitt system to get. Your least expensive option and most readily available are going to be synthetic materials such as fleece, polyester, and nylon. These materials come in a variety of names such as Polartec, Thermalpro, and Polar Fleece. These systems can be very effective at combating the cold, but are susceptible to melting from extreme heat when working around the campfire, hot tent stove, or a chemical heat pack. The gold standard for your base layer glove is going to be all natural. Products like merino wool, alpaca, and Brushtail Possum are going to be much less abrasion resistant as compared to synthetics, but will offer you a level of insulation like no other. The crimped composition of merino wool fiber provides unbeatable insulation by condensing moisture and air inside the fiber, providing outstanding thermal capacity for your body. As an added benefit, merino is antimicrobial, trapping odors caused by bacteria thanks to a natural wax contained in the wool called lanolin. Wool fibers are naturally hydrophilic, meaning they attract and absorb water molecules. Wool can absorb up to 30% of its weight in water and still feel dry to the touch. When wool absorbs water molecules, it pulls the moisture away from the skin to the surface of the fabric, where it's allowed to evaporate or transfer to the next material. Wool is also able to release moisture into the air more efficiently than most other fibers. A step up from the merino sheep is an amazing creature called the alpaca. Alpaca fleece is 30% warmer than wool for most other breeds of sheep. In general, alpaca fleece is stronger, lighter, and more resilient than sheep wool. Alpaca wool is hypoallergenic. Wool allergies are caused by a negative reaction to lanolin. Lanolin is a natural grease that all wool-bearing animals have on their fur. The amount of lanolin that is found on a finished garment made with alpaca wool is so minimal that it's safe to wear for people with wool allergies. Another great option for base layer warmth is a pair of Brushtail Possum merino wool gloves. Brushtail Possum merino wool is a mixture of Brushtail Possum fur and wool from merino sheep, both which are found in New Zealand in abundance. Merino possum wool is 55% warmer than merino wool on its own and 14% lighter. The New Zealand Brushtail Possum has hollow fiber hair, very similar to a polar bear's. It's incredibly soft, lightweight, breathable, and will keep you warm even when it gets wet. These two materials make a perfect match for blending together and using in the backcountry to keep you warm in adverse conditions. Brushtail Possum products are available from the backpacking company Z-Packs, offering socks, base layer gloves, and hats. The only downside to these gloves is that they're delicate. They're great for meal preparation and for wearing around camp. However, I'd avoid processing wood with these, as you'll wear a hole in them rather quickly when abrasive materials are present. So, I know what you're asking. Miyagi, what do you personally wear when you're out in Arctic conditions? Well, for my base layer, I opt for the Brushtail Possum. Because of their natural hollow fiber core, the merino Brushtail Possum gloves get my stamp of approval for the harshest of winter conditions. If I'm dealing with situations above 20 degrees, the -33 merino wool glove liner is a good choice. And if you're looking to save some pennies, a cheap pair of Amazon polyester fleece gloves will do the trick in a pinch. For mid-layer gloves in extreme conditions, I opt for Handmade Peruvian Highland Wool fingerless gloves. Combined with the Brushtail Possum base layer, I've worn this glove combination down to -30 for extended periods without getting cold. When the situation calls for more abrasion resistance, I'll swap out the Peruvian Highland Wool for a synthetic option like the REI Polartec WindPro fleece gloves. If fingerless Peruvian Highland Wool gloves interest you, I happen to have a friend who personally knits and hand felts these wonderful wool gloves in her home. She's made both Trips and I these gloves, and I use them during my extreme winter trips to northern Minnesota in the Boundary Waters, where temperatures are regularly in the negative digits in January and February. I'm including information below in the description of this video, along with 2022 pricing if you're interested. Sales of these gloves help to support her and her family. When things get really dicey, or I'm sitting for long periods, my synthetic shell of choice is going to be the Black Diamond Mercury Mittens in size extra large, or the Marmot Expedition Mitten. For a natural extreme shell where price isn't an issue, Glacier Wear fur musher mittens are the ultimate polar shell used by dog sled teams in the Arctic. These things are awesome, and everyone around you will know that you're not messing around. So, there you have it. Hands need to be layered just like your body. And now the moment many of you have waited for. For our subscribers who commented on our 12 Days of Christmas video, we're about to pick a winner who will receive their own pair of Peruvian Highland Wool mittens, a Trailcraft Designs Whisperlight hammock, a BRS titanium stove, a LifeStraw emergency water filter, a $25 gift certificate to Hilltop Packs, and a Vaunt Spark headlamp. Using our random comment choosing software, the winner of our channel's 2021 giveaway is Danimal the Mankini. Congratulations, Mr. Mankini. If this happens to be you, please email us at miyagionthetrail@gmail.com so we can work out the details to send you this awesome prize package. Remember, you've got plenty more chances to win with Southern Hikes giveaway tomorrow and numerous others all the way to January 6th. Thanks again to all of you out there who support this channel. You guys absolutely rock. Stay tuned in 2022 for lots more adventures, gear reviews, and all the fun and frivolity you've come to expect from us and our wonderful group of trail friends. Who knows, maybe we'll see you in one of our upcoming videos. Take care, everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I don't mess around.
He's good.
It's warm too.
Yeah, man. Okay, now don't move for 15 minutes.
So team shower or? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mandatory.